doing something a little different today. We're going to do a little study session. I will I'm basically just going off the cuff, 100%. I don't have anything prepared, really. I just have the pages I want to look at. Other than that, I don't really have much prepared. I'm just going to go each game, game by game, and talk about it. So I do want to wait a few minutes for people to start showing up. I also have to open up. Ooh, I just been told I was live. Yep, I am live, guys. All right, so hopefully you guys can hear me well. We will be getting into this shortly. I just want to give everybody a moment. I will be adding this to my video list. This is a weekly video. We may do this, we may not do this even more. If you do like what I'm doing right now, let me know. Give me a little thumbs up. It's down there. Give me the thumbs up. It'll be helpful to me. And also, if you want to get a hold of me, I will be on Twitter answering questions any time of the week. Yeah, you could always message me at Bums Blitz. I also have a website, bumsblitz.com. All right, guys, hopefully we get some people in here. I know it's late, and I know I didn't post very much, but that's how we do it. And even if we don't have many people in here, I guess I will still go through all the games, right? So hopefully this takes an hour. It may take a little longer. Who knows? I mean, we may just close it up if we don't have much going on. I didn't let anybody really know. I'm going to have to send out some personal tweets, I think, here in a minute. Although, I do have some tweets, so that's good. All right, come into the chat. Join the chat. Let me hear you guys. I need to know that you guys are here, that I got people listening. Just say what's up. If you have any questions during what we're doing at all, I want you guys to interact with me. This is not something where I'm telling you guys what to do. This is more of a thing where we're working together to find out, what we want to do for week 7. Week 7's a big week. There's a lot of injuries going on. We have a lot of players that we need to try to figure out this week. So I want your guys' input. This is not me telling you what to do necessarily. I mean, I'll probably have the majority of the input, but yeah, I mean, this is a first time thing for me. Again, hopefully you guys enjoy what we're about to do. And yeah, we could go and do this more often, maybe. Who knows? So yeah, if you guys are in the chat room right now, I know there's a couple people watching. It tells me that there's a couple people watching. Come into the chat room. Let me know that you are. Hopefully some of the regulars come around here soon, because it'll be a lot better if we have interaction. So let's just wait a few more minutes. I might just message some people too. Gotta look at my screen over here. Get live stream. There's been a fire out there, so I'm a little bit of allergies going on. All right. This is a study hall, guys. Like I said, I want some input, so get in here. Let's start this thing. All right, so like I said, we're going to study. We're going to have input. Everybody has input in this video. I'm assuming people will come in, ask some questions as we go. Hopefully, we could stay on track with, whatever team we're talking about at the time. And, so it'll be easy like that. And yeah, I'm not gonna be on the camera the whole time like I normally am in my videos. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video. Doing it live. What up, Ruben? How you doing, bud? Thanks for showing up. Late notice, I know. So hopefully you're gonna stick around a little bit. We're gonna study a little bit, see what's going on. Ooh, I didn't open one of my sites that I like. Let's see. So there's a few resources that I like to have open Today, what I'm going to have open is I'm going to have Fantasy Pros open. I'm going to have Roto World open. I have Yahoo's rankings of all the teams for specific positions. I guess I should show you guys. I'm just talking about it. So let me get over on the other screen real quick. There we go. Alrighty. So here we are. So I don't know how many of you guys use this. Hopefully you guys use this because it's actually a really nice tool. I really love this tool. It's like one of my favorites, especially, Yahoo. I mean, you guys, I don't know how many of you guys play on ESPN or whatever. Their stuff just doesn't compare to Yahoo's. And yeah, let's see. So this is Yahoo's position ranking. They basically rank each team against the position that you want to see. So this is quarterbacks. This is wide receivers. This is running backs, tight ends, and this is defense. I skipped the kickers. Why did I skip the kickers? Because we just should skip the kickers. Brilliant idea that I heard from somebody else. Why don't the kickers count as special teams? Let's just take out kickers and have it count as a special team point. Obviously, it makes so much sense when you think about it, right? I mean, come on. All right. So as you can tell, this is already a little bit informal. We're just gonna we're gonna work together. That's what we're gonna do. And my nose hopefully will get a little less stuffy. I'm not sick though, I promise. You guys can see the chat. The chat's over here. Like I said, I have the schedule up here. We're probably just gonna go down the line, try to talk about the games, and we got Roto World and we got Fantasy Pros, which I really like. We're gonna get into their rankings. If you're not familiar with Fantasy Pros, again, this is not an affiliation. I have no affiliation to this website or any of the websites that I'm showing you. Basically, I just really like them, and I think they may help you. So they take all the pros that have rankings each week and they put them together, and then they form their own rankings, which is kind of nice. I like that. And you could also pick experts, which is also pretty cool because it tells you their ranking, and if you don't like a dude like Andy Behrens, knock him out, and then any of his rankings will not count. You could go down the list that this dude, let's see, let's find, we got some 108s. We got this guy over here, NFL.com, obviously, 122nd on their rankings. Okay, well, let's knock them out. There's one count. So that's a pretty cool feature. I really like that. So yeah, hopefully that's something you guys could use as well. I'm going to keep everybody just for today because really, I don't need to hate on anybody more than I already have. So, anything from Ruben? I know Ruben's in the room. Let's try to get some other people in here to study with me. I know who I'm gonna call over. Let's get my buddy Clipper in here. Let's go, Ron. All right. Let me know how you're doing, Ruben. You still with me? Doing a live study session. All right. This is kind of like our live drafts that we were doing. Those seem to have some good play, so we're gonna go with this. Whoa. All right. Oh, more people going. Oh, more lives. Joe Rogan is going live. Oh man, I'm gonna have such serious competition. Who's gonna come to mind now? All right, so I guess we could just get into the first game. I'm gonna send this out on my other page too. Let's see. Nope, not that one. Not that one. This one. Come on. Here we go. I am live now, studying with all of you for week 7. Let's go. Now, I was even thinking about doing this more for like Fanduel. So I don't know. I'm pretty poor on Fanduel right now. I don't even know if I could get into a tournament, uh, NFL. But maybe I could just look at prices and just talk about the prices. That might be okay. So, ooh, they added a new feature on FanDuel, and now it actually tells you what the injury is. That is nice. We are studying for week 7. So we're going to go game by game, I guess, maybe. Or we're just going to talk about football as much as possible until I get too tired to do this anymore. So, what's up? Yeah, you're on off to a bad start. Who knew though? But thanks for showing up, Carlos. No, it's late notice. All right, let's get started, guys. You guys ready to go? We got some games to talk about. We got an early game over here. This one's actually going to be in England, isn't it? The Rams and the Giants. Oh God. So what I have here, guys, and since some of you guys, you guys just came in, what I got here are the rankings for Yahoo. Yahoo has rankings each team versus each position. So this is QB. This is wide receiver. This is running back and tight end and defense. So I like these, actually. These are my favorite type of rankings because I believe in trends. And this is nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. We got Eli and we got Mr. Frickin' Bradford, whatever hell his name is. And what are we gonna do? Well, I think that if you're in a position to have Eli, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to play him. Let's see where LA. I always have to look for LA now. Okay, so they're 13th. So I guess they're giving up 18 points per 7. Well, just about 18. I mean, if you have to start Eli, I don't see how you're not going to start Eli now. Like if you're in a position to start Eli, or if you've had to start Eli, you don't have somebody else. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't. They're giving up 18 points per to their what's it called, to their opponents, to quarterbacks. And let's see the type of quarterbacks. I mean, Winston did really well, 26 points. They have the guys in their own division, they've done some work too, but that division games are always something else. So Eli just gave up 28 points to Stafford. So it's an iffy game. I mean, I would, because of how Eli has been playing as of late, so we could check out what he's been doing. He had a good game last week, but he's had some pretty bad games up in here. So, I would suggest like trying to find somebody else other than Eli Manning. But because of this game, if you have him, I don't see why you're not playing him. So let's also look at the there. So let's try to keep this all straight. Okay. So, man, was I even in quarterbacks there? See, we're already off to a good start, guys. Already off to a great start. Anyways, okay. So, Los Angeles. There we go. All right. So wide receiver, they're giving up 27 points to wide receivers. So, don't see any problem with your boy. OBJ, my bad. I can't ever get his name right. It takes me like 5 times in every one of our takes. Remember, guys, I do want your input. This is not me like preaching to you guys. I want input back. This is a study session. We're both trying to get something out of this. I want this to go out to people, and I want people to be able to get something out of it. You guys are here, so if you have any questions about any of the players that we're about to talk about in the game, we can just get them out of the way real quick, especially, and I don't have to go player by player, but yeah, so let's just talk about it. So wide receivers here, we got him. And where is New York? New York Giants are around here. All right. So, the play. Let's see what kind of work they're doing over here. So they went out and got good cornerbacks in New York, and they still seem to be giving up some points. So and these aren't great quarterbacks. I wouldn't really be too afraid to play Kenny Britt if you need a guy to fill in this week. Not sure of how many wide receiver injuries there are. I mean, you have to watch out for Ty this week, Terrell Pryor. Looks like Diggs, Edelman. These guys are all questionable. Deshaun Jackson, Brown, Steve Smith. These guys are all questionable. So a guy like Kenny Britt, who has been playing well lately, I mean, 25 points, 7 points, 8 points, those are good plays. You know, yeah, somebody's got to catch the ball over there. Exactly, Ron. So he's not really a bad play against a team that's been giving up some points, as you could see over here. They're giving up 24 points to wide receivers total, and yeah, Carlos, I love the question. I think he pretty much is, but let's wait until we get to Cardinals. Let's try to stick game to game. That's the way I want to try to do it just for this. Our morning shows obviously are more question based, but let's try to keep it team to team. Just because, I want to kind of try to keep it a little bit structured. It might take so long that we're just going to skip through some of these games, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Kenny Britt, I do think he's a good play. To answer your question though, Carlos, yeah, I think he's matchup proof. He's the best running back in the league right now, other than maybe Bell. But that situation is kind of sketchy too. All right, so Kenny Britt, I like Kenny Britt's play. As far as running back goes with Gurley, man, oh god, I mean? I made a video on it, and a lot of people like to focus on the whole Deke thing, or Zeke. God, Deke. There's too many Daks and Dekes and Zekes over in Dallas. Anyways, Zeke thing, because I said I wouldn't draft Zeke. Obviously, that is a title, but I had to focus on the fact that I wouldn't draft him or Gurley in the first round. That was the point of the whole video. And Gurley, he's kind of proven why I thought that. Obviously Zeke is playing well right now. I still need to see some more. I mean, they're going to bring in Romo here in a little bit, it looks like. And that offense changes. I don't know for sure that it helps Zeke in the run game. I kind of like the threat of the option with Dak, so that opens up some holes. Who knows? So we'll see. Anyways, about Gurley, he's going up against New York. And New York, for a while there, they were the best team against the run. Then they faced Terrence West, who they gave up a ton of points to. 24 points, it looks like. 15 over to McKinnon as well, but they've also held Ingram to 4 points, Matt Jones to 7 points. They had Zeke at 11 points. Eddie Lacy 8 points. They haven't really faced too many crazy good guys. That first game with Zeke, that's the first game. So who knows? I think that I still think it's going to be a tough game for Todd Gurley, honestly. Yeah, I mean, because they really don't trust anybody over there. That they don't, like, the defense doesn't respect. They don't respect Kenny Britt, and that's why Kenny Britt is a good play. I mean, I still think that they don't respect him. So if they can move the ball in that game, I definitely think that Britt is a play this week. They've given up some good points to wide receivers, and like Ron said, someone's got to get a shot. So why the hell not? Let's if it's a Fanduel play, I actually think that if it's a Fanduel play, he's a guy that I'm playing, Kenny Britt, but not Gurley. Definitely not Gurley in Fanduel. And the sad part is, like, for your regular leagues, you may not have another choice. Now, if you have a guy like Melvin, and I don't know, I mean, it would have been like Mashoy or McCoy or Hyde, but those two guys have injury issues right now. So that it's all question marks. By the way, guys, if you guys could see below, I don't know if you could see on the screen. Actually, you cannot, but there's a URL. It is youtube.com/c/bumsblitz/live. Share that. You guys probably saw it on the tweet. Share the tweets. Share the link on any social media. Let's get some people in here. That would help. All right. So we've talked about them. OBJ, I think, is a play. Shepard. Now Shepard's a different story. It depends on what you have. Like he's probably for me like a wide receiver 4 right now. So he might be able to fill in for a guy if if you're short, but I'm not going out of my way to start him in my lineup right now. He was off to a good start, but then he's really kind of tailed off. So definitely not somebody that I'm willing to play. So all right, I think that's about it for that game. I'm satisfied. Anybody have any questions about that? Just ask. We'll go back, but let's get on to the next game. Obviously, the Vikings and the Eagles. That's a cool game. I'm not Here's the thing. I'm not playing anybody on the Eagles offense. I'm not playing Wentz. I'm not playing Matthews. Either Matthews. I'm just not doing it. The Vikings defense is just ridiculous. I mean, they've been shutting everybody down. I believe they're the best defense in the league right now. Obviously, you have Denver as well, but I just don't. They shut you down, and they find out what they have to shut down, and they do it. They're the wide receivers that they've got up against. Let's go back here. The wide receivers. This is wide receiver. Yep. So this is the wide receivers. Minnesota and Denver, both the tops in the league. Denver is the top by 4 points, but Minnesota's given up 14 points to wide receivers per game, and DeAndre Hopkins got a touchdown. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. And let's see. And other than that, they gave up to Jordy Nelson. Each one of those guys got touchdowns. Those are the only touchdowns that they've scored. To go back a little bit over in the mess with the running backs, all I have to say, Ron, is there is no mess for me because I'm not playing anybody in their backfield. I mean, they haven't shown that they're gonna do very well, and especially in this game against the Rams. The Rams have a tough defense normally, and maybe not against the pass so much, but let's see what are they doing against the run? Maybe they're is this RB? Yeah, they're 18th against the run. Number 7, who have they given up big points to? Carlos Hyde, LaShawn McCoy. They don't have any, but even Johnson only got 10 points against them. Now Sims had a nice game. Okay, so I mean it's not impossible for one of them to have a nice game, but I don't really think that they are this week. Jennings hasn't been playing, and what's his face, the dude with the weird name, he hasn't been playing well. I'm not playing anybody over there. Sorry, I know that you I know that you have Jennings on one of your teams. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not. In order for me to play Jennings, I would really have to be pretty low, and I actually have a team where I'm pretty low. And he would be somebody that I'd have to start, but I wouldn't be happy about it. All right, let's get back to the Vikings game because it's going to be a shorter version of our stuff. But as far as the Vikings go, or the Eagles go, I'm not playing anybody there if I have to. I don't, Matthews. Jordan Matthews has not shown to me that he's a number 1 wide receiver. And a lot of people, they really like him. I really don't like him at all. I've tried to play him in great matchups, and what does he do? He doesn't do anything. So, yeah. And the Vikings are the Broncos of this year. Sure, they're yeah. I mean, there's a lot of teams that were the Broncos and the Broncos are kind of other teams as well. Like the Broncos are technically like Tampa Bay, of years ago. So, what's it called? So, yeah, I'm not playing Matthews. I'm not playing Ryan Matthews. Was he on the injury report? I'm not sure. Ryan Matthews. days. And actually, no, he was not on the injury report. He scored over 10 points. Let's see. He had 14 points, 16 points, but he had like a -5 2 weeks ago. God, actually, a month ago maybe, and then he had 6 points last week. So, yeah, I mean against the Vikings, you're not running, so not doing that. Now, as far as now the Eagles defense is not that bad either. Eagles have been playing well. Let's see, running back Philadelphia. So you can run, but again, I would probably go McKinnon in a game like this because, I mean, it's so hard because McKinnon and Asiata, if Asiata scores a touchdown, he's going to score like 2 or 3 touchdowns. He scored 3 touchdowns in 3 different games, I think, and he only has a touchdown in 6 games. So the dude just scores multiple touchdowns like crazy. I think there's only been 2 games where he scored a touchdown where it's only been 1 touchdown. It's kind of funny. So I guess it really depends on where they are. They are on the field now. Diggs' status, from what I saw, he looks like he may play. Let's see though. I actually just saw him. What are they gonna say about Diggs? So he looks questionable. Let's read what the note says. It seems like the bye week has plenty of time for Diggs to recover. With limited practice on Wednesday and Thursday, followed by a full showing on Friday, he is set to face a beatable group of Philadelphia cornerbacks. So there you go. Diggs is back. McKinnon is going to get a lot more work either way, but that's because he's going to do the majority of the early down stuff. God, that's a big ass bug. But Asiata is the guy that gets the touchdowns because he's in the red zone and the goal line stuff. So that's where it's hard. You could get real screwed if they get up to the 2-yard line and then they got to bring in Asiata. Man, hold on, killing it. Do you see that? Oh, see, this is live, guys. All right, it's not dead, but I'm going to kill it. I swear. I'm not going to drink it like I drank the last bug. That was a bad day. All right, so anyways, yeah. It's just questionable. In deeper leagues, I mean, I'm playing McKinnon in like a 12-man league probably because of the way the running back situation has gone. But I think they might have to throw a bit more in this game. We'll see. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm not rushing to play any one of these anybody in this game. Let's just say that right off the top. I'm not rushing to play anybody in this game because the defenses aren't that bad. They started off pretty good. And the one thing that these guys are turnover machines over in Philadelphia. They turn over the ball for points. They've done it for the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. I can't remember. So, yeah, definitely. Dude, this thing is. Oh, I see you, bastard. Hold on, gonna kill something. Got him. All right, don't have to worry about that anymore, guys. So, yeah, I don't know. Any questions about this? Any questions about this game? Really, like specific questions? Do we have any specific player questions? Let's see. Where Philadelphia is ranked for. Like I'm already pretty set that I don't want to play any Eagles. Like for me, there's not much I really want to talk about. Now against QBs, Philadelphia is the number 1 team. Against QBs, they've given up 12 points per game to opposing QBs, and they faced Griffin, Cutler, Hoyer, Roethlisberger. They gave up 7 points Roethlisberger only got 7 points. Then Stafford got 18 points, and Cousins got 18. So there's something going on after that bye that they had. We'll see. I don't know how many people are actually playing Sam Bradford. He's 17% owned on Yahoo, so I don't know. He's not a play for me on Fanduel. All right. Well, I didn't get any questions on that game, so let's move on. So we're gonna go with the Bills, and we gotta go with Miami. So I think first of all, the Buffalo Bills is a good defense to have this week. Obviously, Miami. Um, let's see where Miami is against other defenses, but I'm assuming they're fairly awesome. Yeah, number 6 overall. Uh, so obviously that's a good number to give up. Give up nine points, almost 10 points to defenses. They turn over the ball a ton over there. Now there's the whole thing with LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy is a game time decision, guys. So who knows if he's going to play or not. I have in a lot of leagues I picked up Gillisley. Is it Gillisley? I don't know what his name is. It's Gillisley. Am I not saying? I don't even know. The dude with the G. Gillisley. I'm gonna just screw that up the whole day. Assuming that, Gillisley, whatever. Assuming that LaShawn McCoy doesn't play, I am definitely going to be spot starting Mike Gillisley in his position. I will look for him, especially if I have a guy like Carlos Hyde and he doesn't play because it doesn't look like he's playing at all. What time is that Miami game? Let's see what time it is at. That game is at 10 a.m. That's one of the early games. So I don't know for you. You're in Chicago, but you do the math. I don't know how to do the math. It's an early game. It is in Miami. They gotta run the ball. They don't have a lot going on throwing, especially Woods seems to be hurt. I'm not sure what his status is right now. Obviously, Watkins is hurt. Why? Damn. What's wrong with it being an early game? Did you want to watch it? It's a good thing for us if you have McCoy, because we want to know as early as possible. But yeah, I'm definitely playing Gillisley if he's out. I'm not playing any of the wide receivers. And Tyrod is going to have to be full on. I don't know what he's going to do through the air really, but he could run, so he has his points. Let's see where this was already quarterbacks. Come on now. So this is against QBs. I'm talking way more than I even thought that I was going to be talking in this live. For some reason, I don't know where the word Miami is. There it is. 18, giving up 17 points. So, Clay, a must start. Clay, I mean, that it's going to be his only his real only option, especially if Wood is out. So I think he has to be, especially with how bad the tight end situation is. Really, I mean, there aren't a lot of good tight ends right now for some reason. The league was like going towards the tight ends, and you were seeing a trend towards that, but now it's like, I don't know. These guys are all it's kind of iffy. There's a couple good guys, and then it seems like they're just not as involved. Let's go look at so this is what Miami has given up. It actually might be a tough start for Tyrod. I might actually if you have someone else, if it's a questionable thing, like if it's a question, I'm not trying to say sit him for Bradford, something like stupid like that. But I would think about trying to get somebody else in your lineup in this game. I don't know. This is going to be a tough game for them, I think. A lot of people are injured, and if you look at it, they gave up a big game to Mariota. They gave up a big game to Garoppolo, but they didn't. They held Wilson in check. They held Brissett, whatever his name is, Kessler in check, Andy Dalton in check. Big Ben was Big Ben was in check. Well, he got hurt, I guess. So I don't know what he did early. So that might be an issue right there. Who knows? That's an interesting thing to look at. So he's definitely not somebody that I'm going to say must start. So if you have another option, then do it. And then it looks like they've given up some points. Yeah, they're the 10th worst team against the tight end. So Clay, yeah, definitely. I'd feel pretty comfortable starting Clay. He's definitely in this general area of starters. He's probably good for a good 8 points. Hopefully, he gets a touchdown in there. Is there really? What the hell is that? I'm gonna drink this still. It's not even a bug. All right, still gonna drink it. I have a fan up there, so there's stuff going all over the place. All right. So, next game. What else do we need to talk about? Oh, we probably need to talk about some of Miami stuff, right? So, who's gonna run in Miami? That's the question. I think Ajayi still has the ball. Foster, man, I wish that Foster would just be the Foster that we all know, but I don't have that much faith in him. It'll be a split, I'm sure, especially when Foster is healthy. But let's go back. So, let's see where the Buffalo Bills giving up 17 points, so they're like a mid-tier team. They've given up some big games to Forte, David Johnson. That was when Forte was playing out of his mind. But they held Carlos Hyde. It looks like 72 yards there and a touchdown. A fumble. He lost a fumble. So Gurley did okay there. Blunt sucked. West and Forsett, that's whatever. So might be Ajayi. I could see him just being, like a wide receiver or a running back 2 this week. There's a lot of running backs hurt this week, so he might be a guy to start. This team is not. It's not like too hard to run against. So who knows? Let's see. I may mix him in some of my lineups for Fanduel, especially. I don't have him much on my teams in my leagues, but yeah, he's going for a good price on Fanduel, 6,400 points. So yeah, why not? Why not start a little bit of Ajayi? Let's see, wide receivers. Why is this taking? Why? There we go. Kenny Stills, Jarvis Landry, Devontae Parker. Let's see what they've all been doing. Giving up the 11th most points against wide receivers. Kenny Stills is just, I don't even know why I checked Kenny Stills. Here's the guy. So, let's see what they're doing. It looks like they've actually been playing against the wide receiver pretty well. And the Torrey Smith one is sort of an outlier. Obviously, he had that big play it was a big play. So he had 76 yards. I would assume that much more than half of that was from the one play. So, he got 7 targets. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Jarvis Landry really for me is the only guy you would be starting. Devontae Parker, he is what he is, but Jarvis Landry, only guy that I would start in that game. All right, so other than that, you're not starting Tannehill because he sucks. Sucks if you have him and you have to start him, but yeah. All right, so let's go to the next game. If you guys have any questions, make sure you stop me. Next game, Browns and Bengals. So the things probably in this one we're going to talk about is Eifert is on a limited basis. I'm not starting him this week, but I hopefully will start him in the next 2 weeks. Um, and then what else? What else do we got? Oh yeah, Pryor. Let's read what Pryor's status is right now. I know that he was a little banged up, but he is practicing. He's only questionable right now. There is a new note, so we could read that. Pryor, who was on the field 64 of the Browns' 67 snaps on offense in Week 6 against the Titans, en route to catching 9 passes on 13 targets for 75 yards and 2 TDs, ended up not practicing Wednesday and Thursday. And with Akron Beacon Journal noting that he tried to run Friday, when asked afterwards how he felt about Pryor's chances on playing Sunday, Coach Hugh Jackson essentially deemed the wideout a game day call at 1 Eastern contest. Sorry, I read like I have. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be offensive, but I read like that. Noting that we'll see where he is at on Sunday. So that's iffy, right? That's an early game though, so that's good. We'll know in the morning. I'm starting him. There's no chance I wouldn't be starting him if he was playing. He's been playing lights out. I definitely want to play him this week. And that's even without me seeing the matchup. I know who he's playing, obviously, because I just said it, but wide receiver. Definitely think that he is a must start. Are you guys still there though? Let's get some input from you guys. I really do want to get some feedback from you guys if we need to talk about anybody in particular in any one of these games. We've already been going for like 45 minutes, so I'm assuming that this may take a while. I might just cut it short and maybe do another one tomorrow. Who knows? But let's try to get through some of these games. I'm going to go a little bit faster, I believe, because I'm just taking my time on these and not really thinking about it. So a little bit more feedback, and let's and also remember share the chat, guys, with people you know. I'm going to put the link there. Go ahead over there. I just put it inside of the chat, so send that out to your friends. We are still going. So let's go. Oh, okay. So here we go. All right. Next game. Oh, yeah. So we're already talking about that game. Let's see. Cincinnati. 21 against wide receivers. They've given up some good games. Emmanuel Sanders had a good game. It looks like they've given up quite a few double-digit games. They've just had some decent games against Edelman and Hogan. But those guys, I'm not really a fan of those guys. So, whatever. I'm still playing Pryor if he plays. If not, then you got to take him out. We're not playing the Browns quarterback. That's obvious. I did want to. I think I am actually playing the running back, though. What's his freaking face? Let me switch here. Cincinnati. Yeah, so what the hell? No, I'm in wide receivers now. Why? I want to go running back. There we go. All right, so Isaiah Crowell, I think I am playing. Yeah. They're the 10th. They give up the 10th most points to opposing running backs. Isaiah Crowell has been playing really well. He had two bad games. I did say do not play him last week. I think he was even in my sit starts, and I said to sit him. So that was a decent call by me. But he's had some decent games before that. So I do think that he's worth a play this week. Next week, probably get him out of your lineup. But given the fact that there's so many injuries this week to running backs, I think you're gonna need him. All right, so we're gonna and then with Cincinnati, you're playing all of your Bengals except for Eifert. All right, let's just skip that. There's no reason to even talk about that anymore. Ravens and Jets, we're gonna talk about now. 10 a.m. game. I'm gonna just add the times because that seems to be the best thing. Let's see, Ravens. Let's see how Steve Smith is doing, because that's important to me. Let's go up here to Steve Smith. Steve Smith, where are you? Here we go. Ankle, questionable. He is still questionable. Smith didn't participate in practice for the second straight week. He was listed as doubtful for Sunday's game with no indication that he has any shot to play. The Ravens will need added contributions from Mike Wallace, Pierman, Aiken against a vulnerable Jets secondary. And Joe Flacco QB is listed as questionable, creating additional concerns in regards for the Baltimore passing game. All right, well, I mean, unless you have to, I'm not really playing anybody. For the most part, I mean, if Steve Smith is in and Flacco's in, which I'm sure that Flacco will play, then I'm playing Steve Smith because he's a gamer, and anytime he is in, he balls out. If I have to play a Baltimore guy, I think it's going to be Wallace and actually Aiken. What up, Constantine? Could use your input over here. What we're doing right now is we're going game by game, and we're just talking. I want your input. This is not me necessarily preaching to you guys, telling you what to do. We're just looking over all these players and just going game by game. So let's continue. Like I said, I think Aiken, he had quite a few. He had a lot more targets the last game, from what I remember. Yeah. So, I think if you have to start a guy, I think he's a wide receiver like 4, so maybe even wide receiver 5. He's not someone that I'm looking to start again, but there's injuries, so I'm just saying. Wallace and Aiken are my guys. Pierman, not really the guy I'm looking for right now. If you're looking for a wide receiver in Baltimore, and then I would actually think about playing Baltimore defense in this game, especially in a Fanduel situation. Baltimore, they'll probably be cheap. What's Baltimore over here? Baltimore is going at 4,800 on FanDuel. So, yeah. Remember, go inside the link in the description if you want to join FanDuel if you haven't, and let me know that you joined. That is a referral link, so I will make a referral off of you. I like to disclose that. But yeah, let me know if you do join, and then we'll set up some sort of head-to-head. You could play against me and match your wits. Okay, so what was I just saying about this game? Oh, I do want to let's look at how the wide receiver situation is over there, in how healthy is my boy Brandon Marshall. So he's not on the injury report. That's good. That's always nice. And yeah, Luck or Tyrod. Okay, so again, I'm gonna get you because you weren't here, and I might have to ban you. I'm just joking. We're gonna stick to the team, so we're not really doing this guy or this guy kind of questions right now. We're going game by game, and then for Sunday we'll do Luck or Tyrod. But I actually haven't even really studied. This is my study session with you guys. So I don't even know who the Colts play. Titans? Ugh. I mean, it's gonna be Luck probably, because I don't like the situation with Tyrod. Yeah, but I just answered it for you, so I'm still nice. I'm nice. You're playing what's it called? Brandon Marshall, although he's going up against a good defense. I don't see how you could sit him. Yeah, you gotta play him. you just got it. But I would not expect him to have a great game. I do have a situation in one of my leagues where I have enough wide receivers where I can actually sit him. I'll think about it, but I don't know. Tastes great. Okay. Yeah, it's red. It's red. So we got the Jets. Let's see what else we're talking about here. Yeah, Jets. Forte. I'm not playing Forte. I don't know. He's dropped off quite a bit, especially from that start that he had, which was incredible. But I mean, you kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to last. You just that's too much going on. Oh yeah, they are starting. They're not starting Fitzgerald. They're starting what's his freaking face? God, man, I can never remember his name. Because he reminds me of like four other quarterbacks. What's his face? Why am I in here? I want quarterbacks. Come on now. Joe Flacco. What the hell? Oh no, that's why. Thank you. Anyways, Geno Smith. Yeah, they're starting Geno Smith, so that's not going to change much, And I think it hurts Brandon Marshall because Brandon Marshall really loves Fitzpatrick. So we'll see. Geno's going to have to earn Brandon's trust. I don't know if he has it or not. I'm not sure about their relationship. We'll see. You're gonna play Brandon Marshall. You're not playing Geno Smith, especially in this game. It's a good defense they're going to get up against. So, yeah, no. Not doing it. Not doing it. Anybody else? Who else do we need to talk about? Tight end. Is there any tight end situation? Pitta. I don't know. Pitta is. I don't know. He looked good for like 1 or 2 weeks, but then nothing. Who do we got? Jets over here. Pitta might be a nice play. They can't. Let's see. They're not very good. Oh wow. Yeah, they've given up some points, so Pitta might be a play. Like I said before, it's tough going at tight end, so maybe someone to look at this week. Week matchup. Who knows? All right. I'm getting off of this game. Next game is the 49ers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a 1 o'clock game or an afternoon game. Hyde is injured, guys. It's kind of a bummer for me. It's doubtful, or actually he's out, right? He's expected to miss 1 game in the backfield, yeah. So you want to get your hands on who they're saying, Mike Davis and Sean Drawn, with Dwan Harris getting the call up from the practice squad, yeah. Well, we're more familiar with Sean Drawn. I don't know. It looks like this Mike Davis guy is going to be the guy that takes his spot. Who are they playing again? They're playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers. From what I remember, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not that bad against the run, are they? Let's see. We're at running back. Let's go Tampa Bay all the way down here. Alrighty. So, okay. Well, maybe they've gotten worse. Fozzie Whitaker, but 20 points to Cameron Payne. God, they just cannot play defense at all, can they? Yeah. All right. Well, Fanduel. Let's see who they're actually gonna start though, because this is worth some investigation. You know what I mean? So let's look up the Smite. Who I never even heard of the dude that they're gonna bring up. Mike Davis. So I'm gonna go into here and look up a player. Oh, real nice. Okay, search. All right. Remember, give this video a thumbs up, guys, if you're in here. Also, tell your friends about it. And yeah, we could use more people in here because my ass is getting tired of talking. And I haven't even got through half the games. Mike Davis said he'll use a running back rotation. Mike Davis, Sean John, and potentially John Harris or Kevin Taylor, who are both on the practice squad, will be used as the backs, and the 49ers will have to choose from. Davis works as the number 2 last week with Hyde went down. He only managed 13 yards on 5 carries. Kelly will look for the hot hands, and so it's really going to be one of those things, you know. Is it going to be Drawn or is it going to be this Davis guy? That's sketchy for me. I know that Drawn has had a game or two where he's been okay, but he's still he hasn't earned the right to be the number 2 back in that offense. I think if Chip Kelly, the way Chip Kelly coaches, if he is the number 2 guy, he's gonna get the majority of the chances, and that's who Chip Kelly wants. And when Chip Kelly wants someone to play well, he'll put him in, or he'll just trade him away and be, yeah. I'm not gonna go any further with that. Chip Kelly, cool guy. All right. So if you're gonna ask me, my guess is Mike Davis. Hopefully he's hot. If not, we'll find out. But I'm not going to be rushing to play either one of them until later on in the weekend, and we have more of an answer of who will be the guy who carries. So I'd watch like Fantasy Focus Live or something to figure that out, or watch Schefter, make sure he might report on it. Whoever is out there, just try to get a sense of who they're going to go after first with that play. I like Torrey Smith, by the way, guys. In Fanduel, he might also be a guy that gets some points in this game. He knows Kaepernick. Kaepernick is going to start. I don't believe that Kaepernick is a top 10 quarterback this week. But the Broncos aren't that great, the Buccaneers aren't that great. I think you play Torrey Smith if you need a guy. He's somebody that could get you some points. He's a sneaky play. Obviously, last week he had a good game, and I like the play. I don't think I need to talk about any more 49ers. Buccaneers, play every Buccaneer you have. The running situation sucks, but Jacquizz Rodgers, it looks like Jacquizz is the guy again. Doug Martin suffered a setback, so he's still not ready to go. You're starting Winston, you're starting Evans, obviously. So that's all I think I need to say about that game. All right. Let's see. So next game is the Seahawks and the Cardinals. If you have another option other than Carson Palmer, like I picked up, I think I picked up. Who did I pick up? I picked up somebody. I believe I picked up Mariota in one league, and I may be playing. Oh no, Stafford. I picked up Stafford, and someone dropped Stafford, which is stupid. So I'm gonna start Stafford over him this week. He has a decent matchup. So Carson Palmer, he had a hammy issue or leg issue this week. But they have said that he's fine, so take him at his word there. Obviously you're playing Fitzgerald. I'm not sitting Fitzgerald at all. Fitzgerald lines up in the slot. I doubt that that they're gonna try to have Sherman follow him around in the slot all day. So I'm not afraid of Fitzgerald's game. He's a beast, anyways. And then. To answer whoever asked it earlier, yes, DJ is matchup proof, and this week is no different. He will run, and I actually think that Seattle isn't lights out against the run. If I remember correctly, they're good, but they're not lights out. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I guess I am wrong, guys. Sorry. Carlos Hyde had a good game against him. And Foster had a decent game against him. All right. Well, in any case, I'm not sitting the best quarterback, wide receiver, running back in the league. Not doing it. All right. Moving on. Who else do we have to talk about for this? Let's see. I don't think I'll be playing Baldwin as much in Fanduel. Not playing Baldwin. If I have Baldwin and he's already my third wide receiver, hopefully that's the situation you have with Baldwin. If not, you're in a deeper league. Then sorry, you may have to play him. I'd be looking for another option. Those cornerbacks over there are pretty brutal. Your Wilson, it's hard to say sit Wilson, so you better have a dude like, Matt Ryan or Stafford or Mariota, someone like that is like a sure thing amount, great amount of points. Remember, this is also a divisional game, so they're always crazy games. You never know because they know each other. So it's either going to go really light on scoring or they're just going to kick each other's asses, and each one of them is going to get points. So. You can't sit superstars like that for me unless you have somebody that's justifiable. It's not like Russell's been tearing it up, but yeah, I'm not sitting him unless I have somebody justifiable to replace him with. Anybody else? I will play Christy Michael. That he's just been running well, and I'm getting a call right now. Let me make sure. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna run an ad, guys. Hello? Yes. Hi. Okay. Sorry, that was a sales call. Oh, you should have spoke sooner. It was a sales call. They wanted to sell me a vacation. Did you guys get an ad just now? I pressed to play an ad. Not sure. Let me know. Anyways, why not? Why not earn 2 cents while I'm doing this freaking thing, right? All right. Anyways, I don't know if I need to cover anybody else. It looks like Brown is John Brown is actually hurt. He might actually have like sickle cell stuff, so his legs are hurting or something. I haven't read the story too much, but I'm not playing him this week, to say the least. And then Floyd, I'm not playing Floyd either. I don't know. So those are the guys I guess we would care about. Move on. Everybody move on. Move on. All right. Move on. I am going to, let's see, Broncos. You're playing Hopkins. You're not playing anybody else there. And then Broncos, you're playing all your Broncos there. So, do you really need to, is there anything else I really need to say about that game? I mean, you're not playing anybody but Hopkins, and that's only because you have to play Hopkins. I don't know if you have a situation where you have somebody else that has a chance to make an easy 6 points, but I'm pretty sure that Hopkins can do 6 points. And he's a superstar, so I don't know. He's your guy, so I don't know. Okay. There might be situations. I'd have to see the situation. I hate those questions though. I think this week he might be like a low end wide receiver 2. Let's just say that. All right, low end wide receiver 2 this week. It's just that he's not getting the ball. So, Lamar could do decent. I don't know, man. Let's see what I'll go with it. Let's go look it up. That's what this is for. Say something outlandish. Say something and we'll look it up. We'll go into it. So you're saying Lamar Miller could do well. They have given up a couple decent games. They're giving up the 12th most points against the rush. Okay. All right, I see where you're going with that. Melvin Gordon got 9 points. That's from 94 yards, so that's a good rushing game. See, that's I kind of look at that a little bit more like, yeah, that's a low score, but that's a lot of production. That's 94 yards, just no touchdown. Um, let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Okay. The only problem with Lamar Miller, and let's look at Lamar Miller too, and this is the difference is he doesn't do this right here. He doesn't score touchdowns. He has these good yardage games, but he doesn't score touchdowns, man. So that's the problem with Lamar Miller that I have. Um, you know, I'd say running back 2 this week. Yes, he has a decent matchup. It's still one of the best defenses in the game. And who knows how high they'll be coming off of that big win this last week. And that sometimes, it kind of brings you down to life sometimes. So we'll see. We'll see in that game. I don't think he'll do bad. I don't think he'll do great, though. Your decent word is probably the word that I would choose as well. Decent. And I would mean that to the literal. Like, it's literally just decent. All right? I'm not going to tell you. I wouldn't tell you to sit the guy because he was a first rounder, second rounder for you. So, not telling you to sit him. It's not quite a Hopkins type issue. And the funny thing is, I always forget that he's on that team. That's the funny thing. I always think he's still. I don't even know what. I don't even think of him. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he's got to score touchdowns. That's just what it is. He has to score touchdowns, and he just doesn't. Ah, man. Anyways, all right. So I think that's all we need to cover for that game. All right, next game. So we covered that. Let's go up to here. Ooh, wow, God, yeah. So juicy matchup for Macklin and the Chiefs. A sneaky play if you're looking for some sort of contrarian. It's not even a contrarian, but it's just a sneaky play is Conley over here. He hasn't done all that much, but he has scored a touchdown. He's a pretty good wide receiver, but going up against this defense, it's like the worst defense in the league, one of the worst defenses in the league at least. Yeah, I would. That's just a sneaky play, Conley for the Chiefs. I'm definitely playing Macklin. It's got to be more productive. Smith has to play a little bit better. He could have a decent game, maybe a sneaky play for a Fanduel league. To save some money. How much? He's probably pretty cheap too. Yeah, John Kuhn is a dick, and you know what? The funny thing is, he's always been. Even in Green Bay, he has been. Man, I mean, come on. He steals points away from every running back. Come on. You know he does. So that's just the thing. He is the ultimate. He's like, I want to say like he's like Allstott. He is the ultimate vulture. So that should be John Kuhn, the ultimate vulture. Oh man, I might even name this podcast that John Kuhn, the ultimate vulture. Yeah, so you're playing all your Chiefs. I think Ware is the guy that you want at running back right now. They're not ready to give the ball to Jamal Charles, and I don't know if they'll ever be ready to give the ball to Jamal Charles the whole time. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Ware, good game for Ware, I believe. Good game for Macklin. Decent game for Smith. Hopefully they don't do what they did last week and they just throw the ball to Dontari Poe and just do stupid things like that and not give us points. God, man, so bummed about that. And then even with the Saints did the same stupid thing. Fleener, don't fall for what Fleener did last week. They had 2 weeks to study for that game. He's a moron, okay? He's a good athlete. He's a moron, all right? He doesn't know how to play football. The other thing is, if you look at his plays, they weren't even for him. That touchdown that he scored. Okay, well, sorry. The one touchdown that he scored that he caught, that wasn't even for him. that That was for Snead, and then he just took the ball away, and I don't know. It just was stupid the way. I mean, it was a good play for him, but he took the ball away. It wasn't for him. And Matthew Berry was like he ran the wrong route, and they're trying to say that he didn't run the wrong route, but there's no way that that route tree was like that. So even in a stupid moment, he's an athlete and he can make a play. So I wouldn't expect that from him again, but who knows? I don't know. Let's see what they're like against tight ends. We're on tight ends, right? And then we're gonna look up the Casey. Where I don't know the alphabet. Kansas City Chiefs, right there. Oh God, yeah, they're. This is not a game where you want to play Fleener. I would try to get rid of Fleener like right now. This was like the best game that he's probably gonna have. Let's see their schedule is tough too. They got Seattle next week. Then they got a good game for with San Fran. Then they go Denver. This was going to be a bad game, but now it's a great game. Then they got Fleener, or they got the Rams, which is not a great game. Detroit, I can't remember what their numbers are, but I'd seen her. I don't know. I don't want to say anything. Might be an okay game for them. Might be okay, but then they got Arizona. It's not a great. What I'm trying to say is not great for Fleener right now. So get rid of him if he's still on your team. The guy is awful. I'm so glad that I avoided drafting him in all my leagues. All right, so what else do we got? We are still on here. Let's see the wide receiver situation over here. So wide receiver, obviously you're starting the guys that I said in Kansas City, and then Kansas City has been giving up some. So yeah, I think you want to play Snead, you want to play Cooks, and then Michael, what's his face? Dang it, you know who I'm talking about. He's another dude in a deeper league. I definitely have him in a deeper league. It's a good matchup for him. They want to throw the ball, and it looks like from the looks of it, they give up quite a few double-digit points. So why not? It's always a Snead. Snead looks like he's been he's been faded out by Michael Thomas. Yeah. But not. I guess it's saying that Snead has more targets, but Michael is doing more with them. So at this point right now, I don't know. I think I'm leaning for Michael Thomas. He's a rookie, and he may just be getting better and better as we go. So Michael Thomas, maybe my number 2 option in New Orleans. All right. So that game, you're obviously playing Breeze, Ingram. You're gonna play Ingram, although he's been crap. He doesn't score touchdowns. But you drafted him, so I don't know who else you have. If you have somebody else, and I'm sitting some dudes that I drafted. I'm sitting them for Melvin Gordon, obviously. So it just depends on who you have all the time. All right. Next game, Colts and the Titans. Where to start? Let's see. I do want to see all the NFL. Where's Tennessee over here? I actually think they might be down here. Tennessee's defense is surprisingly good. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to their defense, but look at... Is this quarterbacks? No, this is wide receivers. Come on. So, the 6th fewest points to quarter... the O-line is terrible over there. Come on, man. Just don't mess with me like that. And that's what they're getting to. They're getting to the quarterback. Let's see. Kessler had a good game. I don't know how that happened, but other than that, look at that. Tannehill, 5 points, 17 points by Brock, 12 by Carr, 16 by Stafford, and 10 by Sean Hill. Eh, I don't know. Okay, so let's just say, I mean, you're playing luck. I don't even know why I'm getting as into this as possible. You're getting it. You're gonna play luck. I think he has an average game, sees around 16 to 18 points. It's a divisional game as well. Tennessee's not playing that terribly on on defense. They're actually like one of the best teams as far as run D goes. So yeah, that means you're also not playing Gore. I'm not playing Gore. Um, as far as wide receiver goes, let's see here. There was an injury listing for Ty. I just want to read it. Ty's hip. All right. Ty Hilton was a full participant in Friday's practice, but listed as questionable for Sunday's game against Tennessee. Hilton was limited in practice on Wednesday and did not practice Thursday, but was returned to full activity on Friday. Suggests that the injury isn't a major concern. He will be headed for an even bigger workload as usual Sunday in Tennessee, as the Colts will be missing tight end Dwayne Allen. That's good because we didn't know that right now. Oh, and they're missing Philip Dorsett. Oh, wow. In addition to not having Moncrief. So, what do we learn? Ty needs to be in your lineup, obviously. He looks like he's playing. Also, that Doyle dude at tight end, that's going to be a good play, I believe. Let's see how they stack up against tight ends. Tennessee. Let's scroll all the way down. Tennessee. Well, they give up the 14th fewest points to tight ends, but they've given up. Barnage got 5 points. God, like I said, man, it's just so Fedorowicz. Oh man, CJ CJ got 10 points, only 1 TD. So it might still be a rough game for Doyle, but I don't. In that offense, he's only going to have, Luck is going to play okay. And in that offense, there's really only a couple options with Ty and Doyle. I think it's going to be a decent game for Doyle. So that's a really good match. That's actually probably a really good play for Fanduel as well. A little bit of sneakiness there. I doubt it's that sneaky. He's been playing decent the last couple, in a few games. Let's see. Wide receiver right or TE. Oh, in this game, I haven't even got there. Let's see. Well, why not both? Are you asking like either or, Ron? Either or? I want to figure out, because there is a delay here. So I'm waiting for the answer. This is against tight end. So either or, and they're facing Indianapolis. Well, I guess my first answer off the top of my head would probably be Walker, because I do believe that Indianapolis's cornerback situation is pretty good. With Vontae over there. So I would say off the top of my head, now I'm going to look it up a little bit because that's what we're doing today. That's what this show is all about. It's research. Delaney Walker, they've given up the 11th most points to tight ends. CJ is a guy that we should probably start looking at. I don't know. I hope he's on some teams. I need to get him on my team right now, actually. Yeah, that's nice, man. Jeez, what is? I'm sleeping on him. I need to get off this webinar and just go pick up CJ real quick. Let's see. And then Walker hasn't been playing that great either, though. It's kind of up in the air right now. Walker has not been playing that great. Let's see what they're. I don't want to say I'm giving up on what's his face. Let's see. So this is wide receivers, and then we want Indianapolis. Why does man? Come on. Dead air. Gotta love it, guys. Oh yeah, 6 fewest against it. Yeah, that's gonna be rough. So, man, yeah. I mean, if anything, I have to stick with Walker in this game. I don't. They have really not given up very many. They gave up points to Meredith, who has been playing well actually. They gave up TD to Hearns and a TD to Robinson, but other than that, like their numbers aren't great. 55 yards and 47 yards. That's not that great, guys. They gave up a 90-yard game over here to Demarius, but 39 to Emmanuel, 41 to Golden Tate, 85 to Marvin Jones, 69 to Tyrell Williams, 82 to Travis Benjamin. And to be honest with you, Rashard Matthews has been picking it up as of late. Look at that 8 point. Yeah, I definitely go with Walker. As far as yours go, I think Rashard Matthews is not actually, no, he's not a play. I don't like any of the wide receivers in this game against those guys. They'll probably have to use the feet. Mariota can score, I believe. If they're throwing to the wide receivers, it's going to be more random because they have a couple. So I could see Johnson scoring a touchdown over there, and Delaney, and then Rashard Matthews. So it could be all over the place. But I don't see them like going to one dude and having a great game. So it's going to be sort of a crapshoot in that game if they are scoring that much. Let's go to Indy over here. Marcus, right? Yeah. See, I would still play Mariota. Mariota looks like he's going to have a decent game. Like I said, it's going to be really random. Definitely playing DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray needs to play in this game. That's a good matchup for him. So they're going to do some damage on the ground, short passes probably, and Delaney Walker will be the benefactor of that as well. I am sure of that. Okay. I think I covered everybody in that game, so let's go to this game over here. I think you're playing everybody in this game. Let's see. You're playing Tate, you're playing Marvin, you're playing Stafford, obviously. Theo Riddick is out. The running back that I would like over there is Forsett seems like he's going to be the ball carrier. Washington, I thought Washington would be the guy, but he just hasn't done it. Plus, he's been injured. I'm not sure if he's even healthy as of yet. But Forsett, familiar with the offense, even though he's new, looks like he's the guy, but not putting a lot of stock in him as far as producing many points for you. So, not really a guy that I'd like to play. And then let's look at Detroit and their defense stuff, because that's what I had the question on earlier. So against QBs, Detroit gives up the most points. Wow. All right, so there's that. You're playing Kirk Cousins. Wide receiver gives up the fifth one. So you're playing Crowder, you're playing Djax. Sneaky play might be Djax. Might have a nice game over there, huh? Let's see. Seventh fewest. Yeah, so you're not... you may have... I would say that Matt Jones is normally a number 2 running back, running back 2, and this week he's a very, very low running back 2. They'll have to throw the ball around a little bit, especially in this game where they'll actually be throwing the ball a ton on both sides. May not leave a lot of room to have to run. So yeah, Matt Jones not a great play this week. Fanduel no bueno, son. All right, so let's go to the next game. We're moving through this a little bit faster now. I may have misjudged how fast or how long I was talking in the beginning. So let me know if I'm missing anything. Again, we're doing this for the first time. We're still going. Uh, put something out on Twitter if you want. Let people know that we are in here. We are chatting. We got some stuff to do. Yeah. Thank you guys, especially Ron. I don't know if Constantine's still in here or Carlos is still in here. I know it's getting late for you guys. I'll shut this down real soon. Let's get through the rest of these games. Only 3 more games left, so that's good. Thanks a lot for sticking with me. All right, next game: Raiders versus Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm playing Carr. I'm playing Crabtree. I'm playing Cooper for sure. The running back situation, or let's look at that. I believe that I saw that Latavius is getting better. He's only questionable this week. He might be a game time decision though, so that's an issue. If he plays though, he has a decent matchup, right? Let's see this. No, actually, he doesn't have they're the 14th against the run. Yeah. Let's read what it says. Murray toe listed as questionable ahead of Sunday's game against the Jaguars, but he is expected to play. All right. What up, Constantine? Murray missed Oakland's last 2 tilts due to turf toe. Although he was limited during practice during the week, he's still slated to suit up on Sunday. While the Raiders have frustrated fantasy owners with their mixture of running backs lately, Murray still leads the team in 43 with 43 rushing yards per game and 3 touchdowns on the ground. In fact, prior to his disappointing Week 4, Murray scored each of Oakland's first 3 Yeah, okay. Well, what do we learn? If he plays, you play him. I mean, that's just what it is. Obviously, he's like a running back 2, flex play type of deal. He wasn't running that great, but he was scoring. And, the thing about it is, he might not have the best year, but that team is getting in the red zone, and they're scoring in the red zone. Like, they're the best team in the red zone in all the NFL. That's good, a lot of people are saying sell high for him. He might be a guy that I want to try to get at a low cost now. He could pay off. I mean, I'm not expecting him to be like a number 1 guy, but with the amount of times that they get into the end zone or into the red zone, and the fact that he's the guy they want to get into the end zone from the red zone, he scored the first 3. He scored in the first 3 games, obviously, so that's nice. They are scoring a lot of points, so there's a lot there for him. There's opportunity for him. That's like for a lot of guys. Latavius Murray, that's who I'm talking about. Latavius Murray. There's a lot of opportunity there, and a lot of times that trumps. Sorry to say that, but skill. If you have opportunity and you're not that great, you could still make a lot of the opportunity, a lot more than what other guys have with less opportunity who are better players. It makes sense. Maybe I'm not explaining it great, but if he's in the red zone a couple times a game, that's a couple chances for him to score a touchdown. And in standard, that's what we care about, touchdowns, right? All right. Jacksonville. You're playing your wide receivers in Jacksonville. You're playing them all. You're playing Hearns. You're playing Allen Robinson. Might be a good game for Thomas, Julius Thomas. Let's see if he's playing. I know that he's been injured. His ankle injury, questionable, but coach should be good to suit up. So. Sneaky play, or someone that you might be able to get off of waivers. Obviously, Julius Thomas might be a good play this week. The Raiders are pretty awful against tight ends, I think. Let's go over here and go to Oakland Raiders. So There we go. Oakland Raiders will be the seventh worst team against tight ends. They've given up what 3 touchdowns to tight ends, quite a few yards, a little bit better in the last couple weeks, but still 7 points, 13 points, 3 points. Travis Kelce sucks, man. Sorry. Uh, yeah. So I think Julius Thomas is a nice play this week, guys. I like that play. And then obviously since you're playing all that, and you're playing Bortles, Yeldon. You see, God, he got vultured. Yeldon was getting vultured. Uh, so that's always the risk you're gonna run with these guys. Let's see this over here. He had 2 points. Yeah, he had 2 points, and then what's his freaking face? You know who I'm talking about. He had like 2 touchdowns, something like that. Chris Ivory. Chris Ivory. Uh, he had a decent game. So yeah, he might be getting healthier, and they might start going more towards the Chris Ivory way. They got Chris Ivory to get in the end zone. So that tells me all I really need about that. All right, let's get over here. I think that's it for that game. Chargers. All right, the Chargers. Let's see. They're going cross country, but they don't. See, the thing about the Chargers is they always play sort of decent across country. I don't think they have it this week though. Melvin Gordon, he should be able to have a good game against the Falcons' run D. Let's see where the Falcons are in run defense. Yeah, eighth most points against opposing running backs. They've given up some big games here. Pretty average games it looks like, but a lot of them. That's an interesting question too, because it looks like uh, Philip Rivers is looking for him in the end zone. Let's get back over here and look him up. So okay, sorry, that's good. Uh, yeah, that's 3 touchdowns, 3 games. Quack. What kind of drugs to use? Ducks, man. Constantine, ban Constantine. Swear to God. You, I've been doing this too long when Constantine starts saying things like that. Um, I think you could feel comfortable with Henry this week, especially this week because as I was going to get to, Atlanta is awful against the tight end. They've given up a touchdown in the first 5 games. Look at that. That is crazy over here. All right, first 5 games they gave up a touchdown. They didn't do anything. Was this the same game? No. So the Seattle game was pretty bad. Oh, Denver. They didn't give up Denver. Oh, no. Seattle's 89. Yeah, so look at that. I mean, yeah, Hunter's a good play. Gates is still involved, but I think he's starting to get old. You know, I think that's just what it is. So, obviously Philip Rivers is always going to be a Gates fanboy, but I think Henry's the new target in that offense, and they need targets, man. I mean, he needs a big target because if you look at Philip Rivers' production for the last like 10 years, it's always been with big wide receivers, like Jackson, Denario, guys like that who could go up and bail him out. He could throw that crappy girl throw duck ball, and someone goes up and gets it. Now the exception to that rule, obviously, is Keenan Allen, who is more of a route running type of dude, but he's still got some hops too. He was just a better all around wide receiver than the other ones were. But yeah, that's what he likes. So Hunter Henry, definitely a good play this week. the Falcons are not good against opposing tight ends. So that's a good one. I like that one, Ronald. I would play him. I don't feel bad about playing him in that game. Now, as far as the wide receiver situation goes, uh, I mean, you're going up against the 13th best team against wide receivers. They've given up some. They've only given up or three double digit. Is it four? Man, four double digit wide receivers in 7 games, 6 games. They're playing well. They're going to win this game. Dontrell Inman, Travis Benjamin. If I had my guess, it would be a guy like Travis Benjamin that gets the play because, whoever's on the outside has to go up against freaking what's his face. It's my team. I've been talking for so long, I hardly even know what I'm saying. But he has to go up against a great cornerback. Atlanta has a great quarterback over there, and whoever's on the outside is not going to benefit from that. So anybody in the middle, a much better chance of getting some play, and that would probably be Benjamin. So look out for him if you have to start a running back in San Diego. I don't like doing that. I don't think it's a great play. I think these guys are going to be in for a little bit longer of a day, but like I said, if you have to, I think Benjamin this week is going to be the guy. And you could tell his stats are all over the place. So it's always a crapshoot. You never know. You just don't know. See, even Inman, I mean, only one really good game. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of playing any of the San Diego Chargers. And then obviously you're playing. I think you have a good chance if you're playing either Freeman or Coleman. They both should be playing. They're both kind of flex options for me. They're flex with upside. Very low wide running back. They're like wide running back twos. Flex for sure. It just depends on the reason why I say they're low running back twos is because you don't know which one's going to do the damage. They both could do well, but one of them's going to do damage. So who's it going to be? That's the thing that we probably should ask, and it's hard to figure out. Let's see who will do the damage. San Diego Chargers. All right. So Macklin. I don't know why I'm reading off Macklin's name. They are 17th most fantasy points. Wait, gives up the 17th most fantasy points to wide receivers. Okay. The thing is, these boys have gotten worse ever since Verrett got hurt. So I see a massive, massive game for Julio in this one. A lot. And then even Sanu, if you're in a really deep league, Sanu might see some good play. If I had my pick this week, I would have to go for what's it called? Coleman. I think Coleman this week because he's going to get the majority of the throwing type plays, and he just breaks those. And I think in this defense, it's a good opportunity for Coleman, I think. But I'm just gonna stick to what I say. I'm just saying that I think Coleman will have the better week this week. Still, I think they're both worthy plays for like flex and a low running back two. They might. I mean, running back two because of all the injuries. It might even be more of a sure thing. I keep forgetting that there's so many injuries right now for running backs. There's Lacey. There's Hyde. There's what's his freaking face, McCoy. There's AP. There's a bunch of guys getting hurt. So yeah, those guys definitely could play. All right, so. Who did I miss? Anybody did I miss? Tamney, Tuliolo, they're both there. I don't know. I'm not playing either one of them. They can have okay games. The point is San Diego not that great of a defense. Alrighty. Last game, guys. Woohoo! I should start a gaming channel. I don't know if I should start a gaming channel. I wouldn't even know how to do all that. I don't have. I mean, I could Twitch it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe, but all I play is Madden and Call of Duty. All right. So last game is the Patriots and the Steelers. Oh, all right. You're worried about Antonio Brown because his stats will still be there because he's the best wide receiver in the game right now. But although I should tweak that because Julio's right there too. Yeah, if only Big Ben was in, for sure. That's their thing. But AB could still get his. That's the thing. Still get you a 10-point game. I don't see a 20-point game from him though. I could be wrong, but I don't see a 20-point game for him. And this is what I said, and I made a video back a while back about Antonio Brown and saying that is it that crazy? I actually made 2 videos on Antonio Brown. One was saying that I don't think that he could live up to that number 1 spot, which he may not now. And one of my reasons was Big Ben. He's always getting hurt. I said it in that video. You guys should all go to that video and like it right now. The other one was when Brandon Marshall made that bet, and I don't even. That's interesting to look at. Since we're on the last game, we could probably look at yards. So let's go over here to. Let's get out of that. Just look at all players, wide receivers. And Antonio Brown is the best wide receiver in the game right now, but he has 486 yards. Then Brandon Marshall's over here with 433 yards. See, look at that. And people said I was crazy about thinking he could beat him. It's a real possibility right now. There's only 50 yards between them. That's a possibility, guys. Hopefully they bet their cars. Anyways, I digress. What game am I talking about? So you're still playing him. I'm not playing Sammy Coates. That was a play that I was hoping to get something out of, but not doing that. You're playing Le'Veon Bell because you have to. You're not playing Landry Jones. And then I would actually expect, if anybody's going to have a good game in this game that isn't Brown or Le'Veon, I would say it's going to be like Eli, Rogers, or Wheaton. And I don't know if Wheaton is not injured or is injured or not, but I could just see somebody that's been on the second team taking reps. And you always see when a quarterback, comes in, then they always seem to focus on a guy that they've been practicing with every day. It's always somebody on like the second team. So I could see one of those guys having a decent game. So the reason why Sammy Coates, I wouldn't take Sammy Coates. I haven't even got to Jesse James yet. Sammy Coates, because there's a couple reasons. Like Sammy Coates is a big play guy, and they're playing New England, and New England doesn't give up those kind of plays very much. You also I know that Landry Jones has a somewhat decent arm. He's on my Madden team, so I know he has a somewhat decent arm, but do you trust him to go deep, 50 yards? Because that's the kind of play that Sammy Coates makes is that 50-yard play. So, and plus he has a broken hand. He has a broken finger it was like such a bad break that it broke the skin. His bone was through the skin. And he was out there last week, but I think he was just out there to take the top off the field. They didn't throw to him. So I don't know if that's going to heal up all that quick. I mean, he may get a couple targets now, but why? So in a game like this, they may just, who knows what they'll do with him. He may just be trying to take the top off again. I just don't think Coates is a nice play. As far as Jesse James goes, I think Jesse James takes a complete hit. I would not play him this week. If you look at a lot of the touchdowns that Jesse James has, it's when Ben Roethlisberger is inside the red zone, about 10 yards out, and running around for his life, and then finding Jesse James in the end zone. That's happened about 3 times if you've seen those games, and that's not going to happen with what's his face. Their offense, as it is, their offense isn't really based off the tight end. They get the tight end the ball in the end zone, but they really only catch 2-3 balls a game. Really not a tight end friendly team. Although the stats sometimes show that. It's a lot of touchdowns in the red zone, so I'm not playing Jesse James. I guess we could talk about some Patriots. You're playing Tom Brady. Yeah, Tom Brady. They're actually decent against the throw. So if anybody, the tight ends are going to be the guys who benefit. So you're playing Gronk, you're playing Bennett. Let me close this real quick. A lot of people, like Edelman still. I don't really like Edelman all that much, but let's see. Yeah, you have to, especially in PPR. He's a good start uh, for like a flex or second running back option. Still, let's see about the running back situation over here. Boom, boom. Pittsburgh. So, Pittsburgh giving up the 5th most points to opposing running backs. So that's good. Yeah, then White. Of course, the number is a little skewed with this 32 points from Jay Ajayi, but they still have been giving up a couple points here. So this is a good sign. 15 points to Giovanni Bernard. Look at that. Darren Sproles. Oh, yeah. Dude, I think White is like a must start. Look at that. 128 yards to Darren Sproles. 100. Is it 100? 100 yards to Giovanni Bernard. Who is just like Darren Sproles and Giovanni Bernard? James White. So, hell yeah. That's a nice start right there, I think. How are the Pats against the run? Let's go look at that. Very good question, sir. I believe that they're decent. They're good. They're always good against the run. But I like to know that. Yeah, they're the 6th fewest. So the 6th fewest yards against the run. But we're not talking about any old running back. We're talking about Le'Veon Bell. Again, I don't see it's like the Antonio Brown thing. I think we get double-digit points from Le'Veon Bell, but I don't believe that we're going to get a Le'Veon Bell game. I don't see how you sit him. He can make plays, and he's patient. He waits for holes to open. He might just be chipping away the whole game. Get you 10 points, and that's your day. They really miss Big Ben. Big Ben is a great quarterback, and he opens up a lot for them, and he makes a lot happen for those guys. And without him, they're going to hurt. All right, so do we have any questions? Should I open it up for questions? We have 13 minutes for questions at the very most. So if we have any questions at all about this week, let's answer them. Because that was all the games, guys. So if you two, since it's been you two basically the whole day, which I appreciate so very much, you guys know that. Yeah, if not, then we'll close up, but I don't have any other real thoughts for myself. So, Ware or Charles? Ware. I think I said that earlier, but I'm definitely going with Ware. They did announce that Charles is not ready to be the starter. So that right there's a sign. Ware's also going up against that defense over in New Orleans. That's rough. I mean, that's a good. I'm hiccuping now. That's a good matchup for Ware. So yeah, definitely Ware. Charles is not ready to be the starter. Man, 2 hours with me, Ron. I hope I don't get any questions from you the rest of the weekend. Oh man, what else we got? Constantine, I know I answered your question already, but yeah, is Powell a running back stash? I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I'm really not looking at Powell at all. I mean, what's the reason? I mean, I haven't been paying attention to that situation over there very much, other than the quarterback and the wide receivers. What made you want to look at that? Because Forte isn't doing well. I don't know. I don't know if they're just gonna give up on Forte. Like they went out and got him, and they I'm assuming they paid him a little bit of money, right? It's not like a 1 year contract or something. Uh, I think you weren't here yet, Constantine, but I definitely said that Gillisley is going to be in my lineup, in every lineup that I can, or that I have Shady or like Hyde. He's going to be in my lineup. Yeah, I know, but no one in that offense has done anything though, Ron. Like I don't know if Powell is the answer. You know what I mean? Like that offense has sucked. It's the offense, and I don't know if it's going to be. I don't know if it's Forte necessarily. So I'm not sure they get they just jump in and get tired of Forte. I don't think so. I'd have to see Forte like be the reason, like the offense starts clicking again with Gino, and then Forte just sucking it up, and then we'll see. But I can't say that it's Forte, and I don't know how they could. So I'm not sure if they get rid of him. I don't think that Powell's a stash for you. I do like Gillisley though. I might not be saying his name right, but I've given up on everything right now. It's been 2 hours, guys. 2 hour show. Give me some feedback on what we've done today. And I mean, Jordy's gonna be fine, I think. So, I mean, he is what I thought he was gonna be. When I was telling you guys I didn't really want to draft him all that much. So, I don't know. He's a low wide receiver 1, high 2 for me. What do you guys think of what we did today? Let me know. Do you like this? Do you want me to keep doing this on Fridays? Possibly. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do it on a Wednesday instead. That might be, but then we don't have all the news that we had today. Like today we had injury updates, and we weren't guessing as much. So this might be a Friday thing. Of course, it's harder to do another video as well. Yeah, but I see. Okay, let's talk about that because Montgomery. Sure, I don't know if that. I mean, how long do you think that lasts? Because I don't know if that lasts. I like Niles. uh, he's a good running back, and I always thought before everything in KC that if he got the chance to be the lead guy, I think that he could have been a good running back. Now I don't know if that's passed. Um, but I like him, and now he gets a shot in a good offense. I mean, they haven't been amazing lately, but that could be because of a lack of a run game as well. Everybody knows he's going to throw. Plus, everybody getting a little older over there. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I like him. So I don't know if Montgomery is going to be the dude that does that all year long, or for the for the rest of the year. Browns will go undefeated for the rest of the season. Niles Davis, baby. Yeah, they just picked him up. Did you not hear about that? And I'm looking up Cleveland's schedule because I'll entertain it. Because since this is not a preachy day for me, it's a learning day. I will look this up. Defense. Okay, so they'll lose against Cincinnati. Which New York is this? I don't know which New York this is. They can win against New York, but they're gonna lose against Dallas. Are you a Cleveland fan, Constantine? Is this what this is? Because you made me look this up, and they're gonna lose like 12 more games. I don't even know if there are 12 games left in the season. Yeah, that was pointless. Thanks, Constantine. Do your hashtag. Do your hashtag for me. I don't know why my hat's like that right now. I must be tired. All right, guys. So, yeah, no, you're a Bills fan. You were just I can't take you serious ever. I want feedback. Give me feedback. What did you guys think of this? Do I need to do this more? Should this be an every week thing? Should this be done on Wednesday or Friday? Should we not do this at all? Was this kind of boring? Were there parts that were boring? If there were, say it, because I won't get my feelings hurt. We only got a couple minutes left. And let me know what you think, guys. Next time if we do it, I will, I'll put it out there more so people know, and I'll advertise it a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, we went through the games. It was 2 hours long, kind of hard to do, but hey, But hey. So, all right, so you guys liked it. That's good. Suggestions? Any suggestions at all? I'm asking, guys. You guys were with me for the majority of the whole thing. Ron was there since the start of it. Constantine, you were late. God. But let me know what you guys think. I'm truly interested in knowing what you guys think. It was interesting, that's for sure. It was a little. I'm a little bit tired at this point. I won't lie. A lot of talking. Hopefully, there's more people in here because you guys. I'm not gonna do a cinnamon challenge, man. You guys were talkative, but I still did a lot of talking. So hopefully, there's more people in here to talk. And yeah, I don't know. It was, this actually forced me to go game through game, which sometimes I don't do that. And there were a lot of players that I were like, oh, okay. So, like, there's the Henry play. Like, I think I'm going to do that. And in my Fanduel stuff, playing Henry. Man, who was the other one? There was another. I'll remember it once I see, like, the list of games, but there was another play that I really liked. That was like, oh, that's a good play. But right now I may not remember that. I didn't know it was 2 hours because I was caught up in all the whole thing and a lot of info. Yeah, cool. James White. Yeah, James White. That was it. Thank you, Ron. James White. I'll remember that. Yeah, James White for sure. That's an interesting play, man. That's a good play. But yeah, cool. Thanks for that input, Ron. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it was 2 hours. I feel like it was 2 hours, but I don't know. All right, guys. I am going to shut it down here. Thanks a lot to Ron and Constantine. If you guys want to throw your Twitter handles in there, go ahead and do that right now, so it's in the video. Remember, if you are in the video, and I'm not playing John Kuhn, sorry. If you guys are in the chat room, I never care if you guys throw in your Twitter handle to get people talking. If you want to make friends in the chat room, that's always cool as well. I don't mind. We got a little community, so let's keep going. Remember, if you haven't already, click the little thumbs up button. Now I'm talking to all you guys watching. Click the thumbs up button. Click the like button. That is the thumbs up button. Breakfast Burrito is going to be on Sunday morning, as well as I will be here on Sunday morning at 9:30 before all the games. That's 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. You could always reach me on Twitter, BumsBlitz. My website is bumsblitz.com. Again, thank you to everybody. It was a fun show. It was long, but I think we got through a lot of game stuff. And make sure you leave a comment down below. I need comments. You guys in the chat room right now, like the video. If you haven't subscribed, do that. Click the little red button down below. Tweet me, bumsblitz.com or bumsblitz. I've already mentioned all this stuff, but I'm getting excited because it's the end of the video. Oh, thank God. All right. Talk to you guys later. See you Sunday. And let me know. Let me know what you guys think about this, because I may do it again. I need your thoughts down below in the comments. Give them to me. Write them down. It helps. Share the video. All right. I will talk to you guys later.